Hi, I'm Hector Garcia. I'm a CPA and I'm the founder of Quick Bookkeeping and Accounting LLC. My business is a bookkeeping business. I started this business with my wife about 10 years ago, just over 10 years ago. And when we started this business, neither one of us really knew anything about accounting or bookkeeping. We just did research, and this seemed to be a good side business for us to start because my wife had just given birth to my first child. However, within a couple of years, we both absolutely fell in love, not just with the bookkeeping profession, but we fell in love with our clients and serving clients. So this video is dedicated to all the folks that are thinking about starting a bookkeeping business or have just started a bookkeeping business and really don't have any good guidance from someone that has done this successfully and has hit a lot of walls along the way. So I wrote this article, which you can check out. I'll put the description below. And I'll go back to this article and update it as I think about more things. However, let me cover sort of my basic thoughts about how to think about starting a bookkeeping business and how to design a business that works best for you. First, let's talk about defining your core services. Bookkeeping means a lot of things to a lot of people. So it's really, really important to put in writing and define this is what we do. This is what our bookkeeping services cover. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of ideas. For example, we have cash basis bookkeeping, also known as write-up, which is basically non-client facing work. That means your client gives you bank statements, credit card statements, receipts, paperwork, and you take it with you and you work on it off-site. The client doesn't see your work. The client only gets a report or the final result, which is a financial statement. Now, you can do that service in a weekly basis, monthly basis, quarterly, or annually. Now, there's another type of bookkeeping, which I like to call collaborative bookkeeping, which is that the client actually controls the books or they have significant access to the books, whether it's QuickBooks or maybe another accounting system. But the difference between cash basis bookkeeping and collaborative bookkeeping, or write-up bookkeeping or collaborative bookkeeping, whichever way you want to call it, is that when the client has access to the books, they do part of the work. And in many cases, you do another piece of the work, and the client automatically perceives that to be a less costly type of service. However, the client having access to the books actually poses a big problem, which is potentially them making a mess. So you have to really think about what collaborative bookkeeping looks like. You have to take a look at how the client works, how messy their books are, so you can really figure out what that service specifically is going to look like. Now, there's something somewhere in the middle, which is called bookkeeping support. This is actually not a bookkeeping service. This is someone that has bookkeeping skills and will help the client perform their own bookkeeping. In other words, you wouldn't really be responsible for delivering any specific reports. You wouldn't have any deliverables, really. All you will be is available for the client when they need you, and you support them through the process. Now, those are not the only three types of bookkeeping services. I'm just giving you three to kind of get you thinking about how you want to do this or what exactly you're going to do. Now, you also want to think about some secondary or additional services that add value. For example, preparing a sales tax return. That's always something that people need. Payroll processing, income tax preparation, local or regulatory form preparation. There's local taxes and stuff like that. Business consulting, digitizing documents for your clients, means scanning them and putting them on a file. Teaching and training QuickBooks or maybe another accounting system, or just teaching and training bookkeeping processes in general. Those are all optional additional services that you can add on top of your core. Also, it's really important for you to define your limits, aka what you will not do. Now, your business will be defined much more by what you don't do versus what you do, because what you don't do clearly states what your area of focus is. A lot of bookkeepers decide not to do taxes, right? And they partner with tax preparers to do part of the work, allowing the tax preparers to do the other part of the work. That's certainly up to you whether or not you want to go that route. Now, signing financial statements. In a lot of states, bookkeepers are not allowed to sign financial statements. In other states, they could, as long as they specifically state that this is a bookkeeping engagement, not an accounting engagement. So that's up to you whether or not you want to take responsibility over the financial numbers that the client is presenting or giving to third parties for decision making. Representing your clients in front of third parties or acting as if you're your client's employee. That's another thing that I recommend a lot of bookkeepers not to do, or limit yourself to avoid doing those things as much as possible. Then you want to take a couple steps back and think about, why are you in business, right? Why should a client hire you? Why are you the better choice compared to the competition? Why should you work with a client or that type of client? Think about the whys in a deep philosophical way, because you really want to feel like you're doing the right thing, and you want the clients to feel like they are doing the right thing by working with you. So thinking about it in terms of why really helps you get to the bottom of what drives you and what drives the client. Now define your hows. How would you communicate with your client? In person, via email, over the phone? That's really important. How would you do the work? Would you physically go on site? Would you work remotely? Maybe a combination of the two where the client come to you. What platform will you use? Are you going to use Excel, QuickBooks, QuickBooks Online, Xero, FreshBooks? There's many types of accounting software. Define your who's. Who is your target client? Who can you partner with? Other CPAs, tax preparers, bankers. Who will be part of your team? Are you going to work with your spouse? Will you hire employees? Are you going to bring a contractor? Are you going to bring a partner? Are you going to think of strategic partnerships with other folks that are going to refer you business? Are you going to refer business back to them? They essentially become part of your team if they're bringing you customers. Now, who will you want to attract to work for you in the future? If you can clearly define the answer to that question, it will drive the type of business that you are going to have. Because you know that if you're trying to attract a specific type of talent or a specific type of client, you have to conduct in a very specific way. And this starts from the very beginning. Now let's talk about some educational minimal requirements. Number one, you need to understand business. You need to understand sales, profits. You need to have basic business management skills. So definitely look into technical colleges if you don't have that skill coming from school, or continuing education in technical schools or stuff like that. You need to understand business. Now you need to have fundamental accounting skills. A college degree in accounting certainly helps. Maybe a graduate degree of some sort. Some continuing education certificates from a community college in accounting and bookkeeping specific could also be helpful. You can become a certified bookkeeper with the AIPB, which is sort of a bookkeeper association that has a lot of bookkeeping training and a certification program. You can also look into becoming a certified management accountant, which is different than a CPA. And obviously being a CPA would be the ultimate in the accounting profession. You can also take a look at the enrolled agent program. If you want to prepare taxes, that's probably one of the most complete certifications that are actually given by the IRS to certify that you actually are knowledgeable enough to prepare tax returns. So look into enrolled agent programs or enrolled agent materials if you want to learn tax preparation. Now, technical software skills or certificates are really important. Number one, I will look into Certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor. QuickBooks is pretty much one of the most popular accounting software out there, so look into that. There's also something called Xero Advisor, which is for folks that support Xero, which is one of the competitors of QuickBooks. Think about becoming a T-Sheets Pro if you're going to manage timesheets for your clients, or you're going to help your clients manage their payroll and their timesheets. Look into Bill.com. They have a guru program. Look into any Excel training. Excel is always great to have. And there's many more programs out there that teach basic software or accounting fundamental knowledge that is required for you to use the software that you'll be working with. Now let's move to marketing for a second. So first of all, pick a unique, easy to pronounce, easy to say, easy to read, descriptive name that says what you do. So if you work with cloud software and you work fast, call it Fast Cloud Accounting Services. Just make it easy so the clients understand what is it that they're going to buy from you. Now get an LLC or incorporate. I really am a big believer that when you set up a corporation or an LLC, you tend to be more formal about everything, and your clients tend to also expect more formality out of you. And I think that's always a win-win no matter what. Now get a logo. Use your whys, whats, whos, everything that I mentioned to come up with a slogan that describes what you do. For example, helping our clients get clarity around their numbers. That's a slogan, right? Something that describes what you do, why you do it, all that stuff, all bundled into one. Get business cards, get uniforms, wear it all the time. Your body is a billboard. You want people to ask you, hey, what do you do? That's the ultimate way to market your business. Join the local chamber of commerce. Volunteer in local small business workshops. Set up a website. Set up your basic social media accounts, at least a Facebook page, a Twitter account, YouTube channel. Share your entire journey with the world and make sure that anything new that you learn, post it in social media. Make a video, tweet about it, write an article for your blog. Make sure the world knows what you're doing so they can come to you. Now, some of the really important skills to learn is number one, networking and relationship building. It's going to be key. Not just networking with future customers, but network with other folks that are going to recommend you to other customers. Salesmanship, presentation skills. You have to learn how to sell yourself. You have to learn how to sell your services. Public speaking, teaching, great skills to know. Contract negotiation. Understand how to negotiate your fees and your services with your clients. It becomes really, really manageable. Project management, time management, key. Learn how to price. Learn how to have conversations around value. Learn how to import data into QuickBooks or whatever accounting service you're going to be using, and also learn how to integrate different systems to avoid doing manual data entry. Now, some of the keys to success that I can think of is one, specialize in one type of solution in one industry, stay narrow, stay focused, make sure customers see you as an expert in that very narrow thing that you do. Over communicate, make sure that all parties involved understand exactly what's going to happen, why is it going to happen, what are the expectations. You will never get in trouble for over communication. Respond fast. In today's age, the one that responds first is probably the one that gets to keep the client. Be unique. Don't settle for being different. Being different is not important. Everyone is being different. Everyone is different. You need to be unique. People need to remember you by who you are, what you represent, what your business represents. Price your services based on value. Don't charge by the hour. Don't charge on effort. Customers do not care about how much time you spend doing a project. They don't care whether it was hard or easy. The only thing they care about is the results that you can deliver. Go to as many conferences on accounting and bookkeeping, accounting software as possible. Share your experiences with your peers. You're going to learn a lot about other folks that are doing the same thing that you're doing, but you must go to where they're hanging out and where they're happy to share what they know. Go to trade shows about your customers' industries. Take every learning opportunity you can take in the same areas that your customers are learning. If your customers take a class about compliance and something having to do with industry, you show up to that class. You need to put yourself in your client's shoes. What worries them and what they need to do to be better, because that's how you're going to be a great bookkeeper and a great advisor. Stay up to date with all the technology, right? Something you learn today will be obsolete in 3 years. So every single year you need to get updated, new certifications, new software, new apps, new devices even. Hang out in social media. Watch how others, experts, veterans, interact with their clients and customers and peers. Read as much as possible about accounting, finance, leadership, marketing, communication skills, people skills. All those things are going to be really, really useful when dealing with customers and team members. Find inspiration on everyday things and inspire others to be great. Elevate everyone around you because they will help you elevate back. Be ethical, no funny business. Have high integrity so you can sleep at night and you can build a business that you can go back and be proud of every moment. And finally, save money, be frugal, have financial stability, pay your taxes, be an example to your clients, and good luck.